Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, good afternoon, good night. Get a little more power in this mic here. Good evening, folks, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Quincy Kane here, and this is live stream number 71. And again, kind of a change of locations. If you were here at the last stream, you know that my current space that I use for streaming, I actually do these streams at my church in a hallway, at my church. And it's currently undergoing some renovations. Now, those renovations are very close to being done. It's all looking very nice, but it's not done yet. And so, so I'm still having to do these streams kind of in this fellowship hall area. So trying a slightly different location. Last week we had the nice plant. Now I'm just at a random wall. So, it's I don't know. It's challenging to kind of pick like what is the best, spot to like hone in on for like a little setup, but we'll make it work. So anyway, if you're out there, don't be shy, say hello. Love to hear from you. Love to hear how your week's been going. Let me know what you've been up to, anything fun or eventful happened lately. See any good movies, you listening to any music, what you've been up to. I'd love to hear about that. As for myself, some of you might have seen that I recently released a new song. I put out a song called Erase Myself. Some of you have heard me perform this song before. But now I've released the song so that it is available on Spotify and AppleMusic, and you can find it on YouTube. I put out a one-man band playthrough video. If you haven't seen that, that's on my YouTube channel. You can also download the song for free from my Bandcamp. So definitely a lot of places to check it out. So you'll probably see some promotion for that over the next couple weeks or so. But yeah, so I'm definitely excited about that. I have a personal goal to release 8 songs this year. And that's the first one. So 1 down, 7 more to go. So we're going to celebrate a little bit. So let me go ahead and while we're waiting for more people to show up, I'm going to just dive into a song here. And yeah, let me know how your week's been. All right. Here we go, the one you've all been waiting for. The song's called Waiting. So, this is where we are. Where else have we been? Circling this room, round and round again. Look into my eyes. There's a change who I tried to be. go. Again, that one's called Waiting. See what's going on in the chat. Hey, Stan. Appreciate that. Good, been waiting to rock. Stan says he's been waiting to rock. Well, that's a good one to bring out for that, I suppose. So, awesome. Stan, hope you've been having a good week. Let me know what you've been up to, what's been going on with you. Again, yep, for me, just recently put out my first song this year. In the past, it has taken me about like a year to put out a song. It just took me such a long time. I was still learning how to produce songs, learning about recording and mixing and all that kind of stuff, and just could not get my my recordings and my productions to sound very professional. But then once I did get them sounding professional, nobody knew who I was. so it's kind of a balance of things. It's like, yes, you want to try to put out the best quality work you can, but you do need some consistency. You've got to try to have a presence online and stuff like that. So it's been a bit of a learning process, just learning how to balance those two things, the quality and the quantity. And so last year I managed to release 4 songs, which is again 4 times the amount of anything I've released. Daniel, good to have you in the chat. Daniel saying just saying hi, but gotta go. I think I'm getting a tornado. Holy cow, man! Yeah, I hope it's nothing too big, nothing too serious, and definitely stay safe, man. I'll send some prayers your way, and but take care. Appreciate you stopping by. Always appreciate your support, Daniel. And I hope everyone can stay safe where you're at. Let's see. Stan says he's in a minivan right now, Honda Odyssey. So I don't know if you're driving while listening to this, or if you're in a parking lot hanging out. But sounds like everyone's kind of on the run, right now. Yep, definitely want Daniel to stay safe. That's for sure. So. I'm sure, I mean, I'm not going to pretend I know anything. Living in Texas, you're probably a little more, familiar with tornadoes and stuff, and I'm sure they're a bit more routine. I know they can be serious, and there can be some dangerous ones, and then I'm sure there's kind of some smaller ones that are kind of, it's like, oh yeah, these, they're bothersome, but they're, nothing too dangerous. But either way, hopefully it's just some strong winds and nothing too serious, but yeah, definitely hoping you'll be all right. Just saying, last year I managed to release 4 songs, and that's the most I'd done in a while. And part of the reason I could only do 4, there were a couple things that kind of slowed me down. One was a collaboration and was me having to mix real drums. Usually I work with programmed drums, so since I was working with real drums, that was a bit of a learning curve right there, and kind of slowed down the process. And then another one was a song that I'd already released a playthrough video for, and so I chose to release a music video with the song. And a music video requires quite a bit more work than just doing a playthrough video. So, but now, from this point on, the songs I'm planning to release, these are new songs that I have not put out before. I haven't done a playthrough video for any of these songs, so the production process should be quite a bit faster. So I figure if I can at least get 5, that's progress. But I think it's pretty reasonable to shoot for 6. Like, I think 6 is very, very doable. But I think if I can get a good rhythm going, I think 8 is possible. So if that makes sense. So 5 is progress, 6 is doable, and 8 is what did I just say to describe it? 8 is possible. Yeah, there we go. 8 is possible. So I want to aim, for the high end of the bar. I want to try to aim for 8 and see if I can get that. So I'm pretty determined, and we'll see what happens. So far, 1 song has been released, and already kind of starting to make preparations for the next song. It's kind of tricky because right now I'm having to put some time into the promotion of this song of Erase Myself. So, you don't just put the song out there. You try to, you want to help people find it. You want to help people see it and hear it. And so I'm probably going to spend the next couple weeks putting out some content to promote my latest release. But simultaneously, I'm starting to make preparations for the next release, which is going to be a much softer song. It's actually going to have some acoustic guitar. Going to be recording with my brothers Martin, so I'm kind of excited about that. I'm just hoping I don't mess that up. Hopefully the Martin kind of makes it easier to record. It's like it's hard to mess up recording that thing, is what I'm hoping. Stan says, well, I hit a deer in my Subaru Crosstrek, so I said, no worries, I have my truck. The truck needed to be inspected, and it has taken longer than expected, so they gave me something to drive. I see. I gotcha. So the Honda Odyssey might not even be your vehicle, it sounds like. I see. So when you say you're in a minivan now, did you literally mean like right now, or were you just saying like, your vehicle of transportation right as of now is the Honda Odyssey, but you're not actually in that vehicle at this very moment, But yeah, it sounds like Stan's had a little bit of some transportation challenges, and I know that can be inconvenient. But hang in there, buddy. You'll get through it. Just make the best of it. Just pretend got a new car for your birthday, so try to enjoy that minivan as best you can. A lot of room to fit stuff in, so good stuff. Well, Stanley, always appreciate you tuning in. Daniel, I know you were just stopping by to say hello, but I always appreciate your thoughts. Definitely going to be praying for you and hoping you stay safe. And anyone else who's tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello and let me know what you've been up to. And I think I'm going to go ahead and dive into another song here. So, give me just a moment. And yeah, I got you, Stan. But it does sound like it's nice, so that's good. Sounds like a nice vehicle there. All right, here we go. Gonna play an instrumental for you. And then we'll get rolling. That's probably the most challenging thing setting up down here is like it's a little harder to maneuver because it's not the most ideal setup. I definitely like the lighting is a lot better down here, but I don't know if I would have to. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not used to it. I got to get comfortable with it or something. But all right, here we go. Thank you. All right. Another backing track. Let's see. Stanley says, I can't wait to see what's next after this first song you put out. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Just to I mean, I can certainly, I want to keep things a surprise. The next song is, it is one you've heard before, and it is a softer song. So those might be the only hints I give you. But, I don't have too many soft songs, so you might be able to figure out what it is just from those two hints right there. But I am excited about it because it's one of the first songs of mine that's going to feature an acoustic guitar. Now, I've recorded acoustic guitar before, but man, I haven't recorded acoustic guitar in a long time. I think the last time I recorded acoustic guitar was back in 2016. So I'm kind of excited about that. And of course, my brother got himself a Martin, which is like a $2,000, $3,000 guitar. And so, I basically said, hey, if I buy you some new strings, will you let me record with that? And he was totally cool with it. So I think he'll kind of appreciate it too. He'll probably like to hear his guitar on a recording and stuff. So I did a little bit of when it comes to acoustic guitar strings, it's kind of tricky. Like I'd have to, it's not my guitar, so I wasn't totally sure which strings to get. I know I was going to get elixirs because I've always really liked elixirs. Yes, win-win. Yeah, elixirs I think are great acoustic guitar strings, but there's a few different kinds. There's kind of like 3 different types of elixirs that are made. There's the polyweb, which is kind of has a bit of a warmer sound, and then there's the nano web, but there's sort of 2 types. There's one type that's got a bit more of a brighter sound and almost more of a kind of a scooped, like very full sound, and then the other one is more of like a kind of a punchy, like mid-ranged kind of tone. And so those were the 2 I was interested in. But after doing a little bit of research, watching a few videos, I think I'm going to go with the 80-20 bronze strings. So those are the kind of the brighter nano web ones. It sounds like those might be better for the application that I want to use. Like, to be honest, I don't think I could go wrong with either of them. Like, whichever one I got, I think I could make them work. But I'm going to try out these strings, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Because the interesting thing with the song is it's mostly acoustic. It's mostly just acoustic and vocals, but the rest of the band does kick in. There's going to be some electric guitar and some bass and drums in there as well. And so I wanted to pick some strings that would sound good on their own, but would also fit in with the the rest of the instruments when those come in and stuff. So I'm listening to a lot of like acoustic rock songs right now, kind of trying to, because yeah, this is a little different. Hey, Nox a Bandito. It's been a while. Let's see, going to eat dinner. Keep on playing. Yep. I'll go ahead and play a song for you. But just talking about, I don't know if you saw, I released a song this week. Just earlier this week, I put out a new song called "Erase Myself," and now I am, I've got a goal to release 8 songs this year. So that's the first one, and I am working on the next song. The next song is actually going to have a lot of acoustic guitar in it. It's still a metal song, but, it's got a lot of acoustic guitar, and it's kind of a bit of a softer song. So I'm going to be using my brother's Martin for recording, so looking forward to that. That thing sounds really good, so looking forward to recording with that. And, yeah, just excited to kind of get going with it. But Nox, let me ask you, have you heard Erase Myself? Have you heard the new song? Because if you haven't, I might go ahead and play it for you guys. Because I have not performed that one yet this evening. So, all right, 1 second here. Trying to get my controls here. There we go. All right. But yep, so going to be working on the second song soon, and it's going to be close. I'm hoping I can release it by the end of this month, at least, very early in April. But if that's going to happen or not, I really don't know. It's going to be a close one. So, but yeah, let me know, Nox, if you've heard Erase Myself. If you haven't, then I'll go ahead and play it for you. If you have, then I might play something else and save that one for later. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, going to be recording some acoustic guitar. I've been listening to a lot of like acoustic rock stuff, just kind of trying to get the sound in my head, so I sort of know what I'm going for, and yeah, just definitely ready to get to it. Definitely excited to get to recording it. Been practicing the vocals too. That's actually one thing. Like I'm pretty pleased with how the vocals came out for Erase Myself, but but it took me a long time to like go through all the takes. Like I think I had to take a lot of takes because I hadn't really practiced. I just sort of went in and just, you know, kind of winged it. But this song, I decided, okay, I need to start kind of like at least singing these songs regularly so that when I go in for the recording session, you know, I'm not just depending on my voice as it is. My voice kind of knows what to expect, and I sort of have an idea of what sounds best. Because that's the tricky thing. It's not just being able to sing a song. It's knowing the best way to sing it. Singing is such a craft, man. It's such an art. When you're pronouncing something, the way you sing something, there's so many different like ways you can sing just a syllable or something. And so you know, you could be singing a word like I'll just sing the chorus, but I'm going to sing it soft. So let's say I was singing something like, and I'll brace myself. You could sing it kind of breathy like that. And I'll brace myself. But if that's too soft, maybe you need a little more oomph. So you can kind of add some like just a little bit of nasal, a little grit. And I'll brace myself. You know, like that's a different tone. And it's not just which one sounds good, it's which one sounds right. Because sometimes one will sound, you know, both of them can sound good on their own, but in the context of the song, you've got to find the right way. Like, what's the best way to sing that line at that part of the song? And so that's where practice comes in, because if you practice, you kind of know, like, what's the best way to sing it, and that way when you go to record it, you can just focus on recording it the best way. You don't have to worry, like, well, let me try it this way, and then let me record one this way, and then that's fun while you're recording, but then when you go to edit, it's like you got all these takes to go through, and it can just be kind of a tedious process. So let's see here. You could make a dime store guitar sound like $1 million. Well, thanks, appreciate that. And you know, it's it's not the playing I'm too worried about. It's more so the production side of things. But I appreciate that. I'm sure. Yeah, I know that too. I know it's like it's going to be hard to mess up. You know, like I know I've recorded long enough that I know how to record an acoustic guitar. It's more so I'm just like antsy to kind of like get to it. You know, just ready to get to recording it and stuff. So, but with that said, Knox, let me know if you're still out there. I was going to play a song for you, but I was waiting to see if you were out there. And anyone else tuning in, don't be shy. You know, say hello. Let me know what you've been up to lately. But yeah, I'll probably go ahead and dive into this next song in just a moment here. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and play another song. Yeah, here we go. All right. Hope you like this one. This one's called Say That It's Over. Your smile so deceptive that it almost looks real. Well, it must be hard to fake what you do not really feel. You're hiding, I know it. Tell me what's on your mind. I only wish to help. Won't you let me back inside? Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Your face shows no reaction when I call out your name. Your presence like a ghost. You seem so far away, and you know that I love you, but the words seem to have died. I just want this to end. Please let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Your eyes, just look at me when I look at you, because you must realize you're barely holding on and I'm holding tight. Would you just please try? Don't give in, you have to fight. Why won't you hear my cry? I don't wanna say goodbye. That it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. I don't wanna hear another lie. I just wanna help you. Please won't you let me back inside? Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on in the chat. That's good, though. Well, thanks, Stanley. I love knowing you get nervous about playing things as good as you are. Yep. I mean, I've heard it before from others, and it's certainly true with me, too. You know, there are guys who are really good, but they still, you know, are super nervous before they do something, and I don't know, and it's like nervous is probably a fair word to use, but I think sometimes it's just anxious, like it's certainly not like scared to do it. It's more like I'm just ready to do it, you know. And I kind of hate having to wait and stuff. Like I'm a little antsy and just kind of sitting, like, come on, you know, let's go. You know, like feel like I'm you know, like a horse in the stall or something, and just waiting for the gate to open so I can just run. It's kind of how I feel a lot of times. So, but yeah, for sure, it's. And it's always, especially, you know, when it is something kind of new, I don't know. There's certain, like I've recorded electric guitar for a bit now, and even vocals. I'm starting to get a little more comfortable with vocals. So I'm pretty good at just like enjoying the process and just doing it. And but you know, acoustic though. Again, like I said, I haven't recorded acoustic since 2016. So even though I know like what. Like, even if I have to, you know, experiment a little, like, I know I'm going to settle for something good, you know? Like, I know I'm not going to settle for something that sounds awful. I'm going to make sure, like, okay, yep, that sounds good. Let's go with that, you know? Like, that's all there is to it. But still just kind of ready to get there, because I don't know what to expect yet. I don't know what exactly it's going to sound like, and I'm not sure what I'm going to be working with. But, you know, we'll find out, you know? So just trying to enjoy it all along the way. And I think probably again, giving myself a number of songs definitely puts kind of like a timer on things, which I think is important. It's not so much that it's important that I put out 8 songs this year. It's important that I try to, and it's important that I am releasing songs frequently, because how do I say this? It's like if you don't have a number, if you're just like, oh yeah, I'm working on the song, and when it's done, it's done. Without that time limit, like it could take, who knows how long to get that done. Most of the time you're probably going to spend longer on it than you really need to. And lately I've kind of learned like just so you know, yeah, it keeps you focused. Just so you know, even erase myself. Like I'm very proud of that. I'm glad to release it, but it's not perfect. Like I'm not going to point out the things that could be improved. Maybe they're obvious, maybe they're not so obvious, but there's a few things that it's like, maybe I could have done that better, or somebody would point out something that's like, oh yeah, maybe I should have done that a little differently, but it's it's fine, because it's just like whatever I didn't quite nail on this first one, I'll do it on the next one. So the things that I didn't quite get right on Erase Myself, I'll make sure I get them right for this next song. And yeah, In Check is good. It's about accountability. It's just something to kind of help you measure your progress and how well you're actually doing. But again, just being consistent, that's kind of the main thing. So definitely looking forward to getting some new recording happening. But let's see here, Stan. I know I know the vehicle's been kind of the most kind of dramatic thing going on with you so far. But anything, movies or video games, anything you're excited about lately? I know there's some stuff coming out. John Wick 4 comes out later this month, so I'm definitely excited about that. Hoping it's good, So far, I think they've been really fun films, so looking forward to that. And yeah, that's probably the main thing coming out this month that I'm interested in. Not really. Haven't had a chance. I've been kind of working on. Been finishing up Erase Myself and been working on the promotion for it, and so I haven't really had time to like, figure out like what video game I'm gonna play next. But again, I'm thinking of buying some PS1 games. I need to just get online and just do a little online shopping, see if I can find some PS1 games that I'm looking for. Yes, my dad has told me, Ellen. Yep. Well, at least he's making you aware. Cool. But yeah, so for me right now, I'm thinking I'm going to be playing some PS1 or PS2 games, but I'm not totally sure yet. I'm not totally sure what the next game I'm going to be playing is. All right. I think I'm going to dive into another song here. Anyone who's just joining us, don't be shy. Say hello, and let me know what you've been up to. I'm going to go ahead and play an instrumental here. All right. Hope you like it. This one's called Ascension. Thank you. Again, that was an instrumental called Ascension. Checking out the chat. Hey, Juan, thanks for joining us. Yes. Oh, 1 second. Backing track still going. Juan, thanks for joining us. How are you? How's your week been? Anything fun or eventful happened lately? Let me know what you've been up to. Right now, just me and Stan, and looks like we got Juan joining us. Yeah, just playing a few songs right now, just hanging out. Don't know if you'd heard, I'd released a song earlier this week. I put out a song called Erase Myself. I'm going to be performing that song in a little bit here, so if you haven't heard it, then I'll get to play it for you. But yeah, I've got a goal to release 8 songs this year, and so far I've got 1 down, 7 more to go. So I just released Erase Myself. That song is available on Spotify, AppleMusic. You can download it for free from my Bandcamp. There's several places to check it out. I also posted a one-man band playthrough video. So there's a video of me playing the guitar, singing, playing drums, and the bass. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely be sure to check that out after the stream. You can just find it on my YouTube channel. So, cool. So, yeah, so far, kind of crazy to think, like, we are in March now. So, already 2 months past the new year. We're in month number 3. But definitely excited for what this year has in store. And, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I mean, every year I'm definitely one to kind of set goals and have plans and things like that. But I guess I feel like I get better at it each year. And this year, it feels like the plans and the goals that I have in store are very much measurable. I guess that's what's kind of nice. It's not just like something that would be nice. It's something that I want, and then it's like I can kind of see what I need to do to get there. And already, like, again, the scary thing about the 8 songs is, like, you know, it's a lot of work and a lot of consistency to make sure I can actually do 8 songs. But the hope is that, you know, with each song, I'll get better at the system, at the process. And so the time that it takes me to produce the last 3 songs will be a lot quicker than the time it took me to produce the first 3 songs, if that makes sense. So even like, just to share with you guys, for Erase Myself, one, kind of got off to a late start anyway with that song because I was using the first couple weeks of the year to kind of plan out the year. So, you know, Erase Myself didn't really have a fair start, to be honest. So I was already at a disadvantage just from the beginning of that song. Second, when I went to record vocals, I mentioned this earlier, but I hadn't really practiced the vocals. And it's not that I couldn't sing the song, it's just that I wasn't totally sure the best way to sing it in certain sections. And so what that caused me to do was during vocal tracking, I ended up doing a lot of takes, probably more takes than I really needed. And let's see here, you know, more takes than I really needed. And so that's fine when you're recording, but then when you're reviewing what you've recorded, when you're going back in the editing process and going through and picking the best takes, it's just more stuff to go through. So that was something that definitely kind of you know, dragged things out a bit. So I'm hoping to prevent that this time. Like I've been practicing this. The next song I'm planning to do, I've been practicing it. I always practice my vocals every morning anyway. So it's like, oh, well, I should just, you know, after I do my vocal warm-ups in the morning, I should just at least sing the song once. And then while I sing the song, I can actually record myself with my phone and just kind of listen and just take note, like, hey, that sounded good. I don't like that. I need to sing that. You know, just kind of take note of some things before I actually go in to record it for real. So that way, when I do go to record it in for real, hopefully I'll know, like, the best way to sing it. And hopefully the process won't take as long. Hopefully I won't have quite as many takes to go through, and it'll be a lot easier to just pick, like, the ones that are like, yeah, that's good, you know. And so I'm hoping that will save some time. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, I can't remember exactly what it was, but some of it might have just been, you know, our church has been going through renovations and stuff, and so that caused me to have to kind of shoot. That was one thing. Now, shooting the videos, I will say, I've let my brother-in-law borrow my SD cards. I think he's borrowing them for his hunting cameras or something like that. And I really need to get those back because I have an SD card, but it sucks. It's like it does not have a lot of room on it, and it will sometimes just stop recording. You know, if there's like too much movement on the frame, it'll stop recording. So I need my good SD cards back. So that would certainly save some time. And trying to think, there's a few other things. You know, yeah, there's some things that you know, with the video process that kind of took a while, and the editing process that I know the lighting. I was having a little trouble with some of the lighting. So yeah, if I can get the lighting better, mainly for the drums. The lighting for everything else was fine, but in the drums, I had some of the church sanctuary windows in the frame, and I was shooting in the evening, so as the sun was going down, the room was getting darker, but I didn't realize it till I'd reviewed the footage. So that was kind of a pain in the butt. But it's like, all right, I'm gonna have to find a new angle. So, and again, it's okay. It's like, that's the stuff. Like, I'm just glad I got it done. And then those things, I can take note of them and try to do better on the next release and the next release. So hopefully, if I can take those little lessons and apply them to each song, then, you know, song number 2 won't take as long to produce as song number 1 did, and song number 3 will be even faster and faster and faster. But Stan, you're absolutely right. Quality over quantity, and really it's kind of a balance, because you know, to some extent, quantity is important. Like, you do want to be, you know, frequent, and so I'm trying to be you know, consistent with with you know, producing content and things like that, but not at the expense of the quality. So it's kind of a gauge, really. You know, it's like, you can afford to get away with, like, you know, one piece of content once a month or something if it's amazing. You know, if it's like really high quality content, then it's like, you know, like Dude Perfect, like, they don't post all that much, but when they do, it's like really high quality stuff. On the other end of the spectrum, you've got like vlog channels that they post almost every day, but it's literally just, you know, them just kind of doing stuff, you know, or talking to the camera. You know, it's not really quality stuff. And so I'm trying to kind of find my spot in the middle of that, you know, probably more towards the quality side of things. Like, the stuff I'm trying to put out, it takes more time to produce. So I just have to hope, you know, so I'm just trying to get better at the process so that I can produce that quality at a faster ratio. And yes, he's got like 1,000 deer pics. Yes. But I think I know what I need to get him for his birthday, so or Christmas or something. But I did ask him. He said I should be able to get those back from him, but haven't gotten them yet. So I need to. I'll have to just kind of keep reminding him. But definitely need those back, because I was getting pretty frustrated with my other SD cards. I need my nice ones. But all right. Well, let's see here. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan for this year. You know, just kind of looking to, just excited about releasing more music, and excited to be consistent with it. You know, because the nice thing is, like, each song I release now, it's not like that's just the one song on its own. Like, when people find it, like back then, let's see, like the first song I really released as a solo artist, technically it was Ascension, but I would say A Place to Call Home, I would count that as like my first release. That would have been back in about 2018. And, you know, even the people who saw it, who liked it, you know, even if they liked it, that was like the only song I had out, you know. And I hadn't even released it on Spotify yet, you know. I didn't release stuff on Spotify till about a year or two ago. Like, I just started getting my music out on streaming platforms. So yeah, they could find it on YouTube, and then that was it, you know. But now people can find my songs on Spotify, and if they find it and they like it, now there are other songs that I've posted too. So that's kind of the cool thing. It's like each song is helping the next one, you know, because if someone finds a song and they like it, it's not like, oh, that's the only song he has out, and then they just forget about me. It's like, oh, he's got more songs, and then they can check those songs out too. So that's the nice thing. So it's just about building up that catalog. That's kind of the main thing I'm trying to do right now. But Stanley, I appreciate you tuning in with me. You know, we had a few people kind of stop by for a little bit, but you know, not too many. But I don't know. So I know the past few streams have been kind of lengthy, and it's kind of funny because part of me, I think, it almost feels like it has to be that long. But on average, I actually try to aim for about an hour and stuff. So we are getting to that hour point. And yeah, I definitely appreciate you tuning in. I think I'm going to go ahead and play one more song for you, and then if nobody else shows up, I'm probably going to call it a wrap. That way I can get back home and maybe start knocking out some of these other tasks I have, getting some things done. But Stan, I always appreciate you tuning in, and I appreciate your support. And so this song goes out to you. And yeah, definitely excited. Definitely excited to share with you the songs I have. Again, the next song I'm planning to release, you have heard this song before, but each song that I release gets me closer to then releasing completely new stuff. In fact, the next song is going to be completely new. It's going to be a song you haven't heard before. So that I'm really excited about. I'm a little nervous, about the new songs, just because, if you do the math, 8 songs in a year, that's basically 6 weeks to produce a song. And, if it's a song that I've already been working on, like a song that I've already written, then yeah, 6 weeks is pretty doable. But if it's a new song and all I have is the idea, and I still have to, write the rest of the song, I still have to write the words, I still have to figure out the arrangement, then it's like, man, can I do that and then produce it all in 6 weeks? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. So we'll see what happens. Yep, that sounds like good advice. Yep, go with your goal, but go with your gut. Stay true to you. And, yep, so we'll see what happens. But all right, I think this is going to be the last one, but Stan, the song goes out to you. This is probably one of my favorite songs I've written, and so I'm really glad to finally have it out and released, and hopefully those of you who've heard it, you've been enjoying it, and if you do like it, be sure to share it with someone else you think might enjoy it. But this one goes out to you, Stan. The song's called Erase Myself. I'll brace myself for all this pain, erase myself and start again. Grab a hold of me and throw show me the flame that burns inside of me, and I'll brace myself for all this pain, erase myself and start again, and I'll face myself with honesty, erase myself and start again. Yeah, yeah. change what used to define me. Resist the pain, I have to keep fighting. Ignite the flame that's deep down inside me. It hurts at first, but with all the pain, to see myself and not be ashamed. It hurts at first, but with all the pain. I'll brace myself for all this pain, erase myself and start again. And I'll face myself with honesty, erase myself and start again. Thank you. Again, that one's called Erase Myself. That is my latest release. You can find that one on Spotify, AppleMusic, Amazon, YouTube Music, and you can actually download that song for free from my Bandcamp. And if you haven't seen the one-man band playthrough, you can find that on my YouTube channel. So let's see here. Yep, love the slide. Yep, thanks, Stan. Put a lot of faith in you. No, I think, well, I think it's well deserved. So, yeah, Stan, appreciate you tuning in. Anyone else watching now or on the replay, definitely appreciate you all supporting me. And if you'd like to show more support, there is a link in the description to a virtual tip jar, and I certainly appreciate anything you can provide. In fact, after the way this stream started, I'm like, I'm probably going to need to get me a new preamp soon. So if you'd like to help me get a new preamp, make a donation, please, to that virtual tip jar. If you don't have the financial means to support me, my biggest goal right now is building an audience. So you can help me do that by sharing my music with people, sharing my content, inviting people to the streams, liking the videos, subscribing, all that stuff, leaving comments. All that stuff helps, and so I do appreciate it. And lastly, signing up for my email list. Again, just like this latest release, if you want to be notified whenever I do release a new song, and you want to be notified whenever I'm streaming or whenever I've got a big video coming out or anything like that, sign up for my email list. There's a link in the description where you can do that, and that way you'll be notified so that, anytime that stuff comes out, you'll be ready for it. So thanks again, guys. Appreciate you all watching. Forgot about how you ended it. Yep. That's the kind of a pause for a little bit, and then it just kind of kicks back in for one last time with that chorus and stuff. But so, and the nice thing, Stan, you're actually the first one to hear the new backing track. I don't know if you could tell a difference or not, but so the way I do these backing tracks is when I write the song, I can go ahead and just do like a quick recording of some backing tracks so that I can start performing the song, So for a long time, before I released this song, I just had some backing tracks made. But when I when I was ready to actually release the song, I re-recorded it. I didn't use the same recordings from the backing tracks. I re-recorded. I got some better performances, some fresh strings, so kind of a cleaner sound. So better guitar recording, kind of tweak the bass recording and the mix some. Plus, it goes through a bit more processing. So there's a bit more processing for the whole song, just to kind of give it a more polished and collected sound. And so once I finish the song, then I can make a new backing track, and so that way I'm playing with a higher quality backing track and not just the original demo. So yeah, Stan, you're the first one to get to hear me play with the new backing track. I don't know if you could tell a difference or not, but but that one is definitely. I could tell when I was playing it. I could remember right away. I was like, oh yeah, this is the other backing track. To me it just sounds a little bit wider and a little bit cleaner, a little tighter. Just I don't know, has a little more punch to it than the original one that did. So, well, that's going to be it for this stream. Thanks, Stan, and anyone else tuning in. Appreciate you all. I hope you all have a wonderful evening or morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Until next time.